rhythm than they were the first time as well.
Coming up at 10, I'll have more reaction from Power and Light. Monica Castro, Fox 4, working for you.
Monica, thanks. So after a very exciting end in the NFC divisional round as well, the Rams will play the 49ers next Sunday here on Fox. And, of course, the Chiefs will host the Bengals. Kickoff is at Arrowhead at 2:05. Fox 4 meteorologist Gary Frank joins us now. Gary, how does it look for next week's game?
I'm still checking my pulse. How's your pulse?
Yeah.
You're not even from here.
We've
so
been running back and
but
forth.
we still got this, we feel the same way everybody does. Weather next week actually looks like it should be relatively quiet and not all that cold, not all that different from what we experienced today. And obviously the outcome worked out very well. At this moment, it is a sea of red. We would expect it to be with temperatures still in the mid-30s. That's where we were when Russell and I got up for the kickoff show this morning at 7 o'clock. We were in the mid-30s. We haven't changed
Check 1 2 control room. This is for Anna. Check 1 2 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Coach, we are ready whenever you are.
Hi, Brent. Listen, I want to say our fans were unbelievable, the commitment which they made for, these playoffs, and that goes into this win and then being there next week, I think is tremendous commitment and dedication to the Chiefs, and that's why it is the Chiefs Kingdom. So we appreciate every bit of it and the support. And then, listen, I mean, we just all were part of one of the better wins, better games, I should say, in the National Football League, and we were lucky to come out on that end of it. Guys battled their hearts out, both teams. I was proud of our guys for getting in there for 4 quarters and gutting it out. There were some huge plays made by the offense, defense, and special teams, and listen, I mean, it was a great game. I'm just kind of sorting it all out right now. My hat goes off to Sean McDermott. I know how hard he works, and Dable and Leslie Frazier. I mean, these guys, they spend a lot of time doing this likewise, and it's a gut wrencher, but we appreciate the competition. It was a great game, and for everybody to watch and to be a part of. So anyways, with that, time's yours.
Let's go first to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Coach, good afternoon or good evening, and congratulations on that win. You mentioned a great football game, and I'm hoping you can explain some of the emotions that you and the players were going through in that last 2 minutes of the game, of regulation, I should say.
You know what, Herbie, is probably the same ones you were going through. It was ups and downs. The one thing that I love about this team is they didn't flinch. They kept focus. Nobody threw in the hat and quit. They just kept battling. I mean, we're there with 13 seconds left. Everybody's going, we got to go down and score and get a field goal. So points were big right at that point. So, and 3 in particular. So the guys just believed it, that it was going to get done, and much appreciated. And listen, Herbie, we got a great team coming in here. So we can enjoy this for about a minute, and then we got to get ourselves ready for Cincinnati.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy, I know when a game like this is going on, you're doing whatever you can just to try to win the game. And then when it's over now, you're really happy that you guys got it done. But do you have a sense of what an epic game this was? I mean, I think people are probably going to be talking about this one for a long time. Do you have a sense of what an epic game this was? And Brad will have a second question as well.
Well, I mean, listen, I could tell by the excitement of our team, and then, the way everybody ended up on the field. I mean, that doesn't happen very often. No fan, the fans all stayed, not a fan left. So you knew it was quite a grinder. And you're right, I was in the middle of it. However, our coaches did a great job. Eric Bieniemy, Spags, Dave Tobe. I mean, just of putting guys in positions to make plays, and then guys stepping up. I'm so proud of the guys for doing their part. And then, like I said, the guys didn't flinch, which is you talk about an epic game. Okay, well, that's the way the players took it. They had tremendous respect for Buffalo, and they knew it was going to be a battle, and they kept going, and they didn't lose trust in themselves. So that leads to epic games in this, again, with two good football teams.
Yeah. And secondly, Buffalo scores with 13 seconds left. I mean, technically you still have time to get the field goal, but it looks pretty grim there. You have any special advice to Pat right there? Do you have any words for him at that point when Buffalo took the lead for the last time?
Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper and go get it. So he did that. He made everybody around him better, which he is great at, and he just does it effortlessly. When it gets tough, he's going to be there battling, and players appreciate that.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go, Pete.
Coach, I was wondering, with Harrison and some of the early game struggles, was there any conversation with him? And I was just wondering if you could speak to how he kind of rebounded there and made sure to get it done when Patrick got him into range.
Say that one more time. I can barely hear you. Just say it one more time.
No, Harrison. I was wondering about Harrison Butker, and whether or not you guys had any conversation during the game and him kind of rallying back. Yeah,
I got you. Yeah, no. Ultimate trust in Bud. He's done so well for the years that he's been here, and every once in a while you're going to have a clunker or two, and and whether it's the snap, the hold, the kick, there are a lot of things that go into it. But we have the ultimate trust in him coming back, and we showed it coming right back to him. So it wasn't. We knew points were important, and no more important than with 3 seconds left in the game.
Next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, and Brad, I have a couple quick things. But Andy, what was your conversation like with Patrick after that game?
To be honest with you, I haven't seen him other than when the team was around. So it was a little crazy in the locker room, and everybody jumping on top of everybody. I mean, the guys are excited. That's the way you like it. I mean, I'm glad they're going to celebrate here for a little bit, and then, like I said, we've got a big one against Cincinnati coming, a good football team.
The second thing I wanted to ask, just the preparation throughout the week. I mean, obviously you guys are up and amped to play for a playoff game anyway, but could you sense a little something extra for Patrick with the chance to play a team that they got him in the regular season?
Well, listen, he doesn't look at it that. He looks at it like, I want to get you. And that's the way he approaches every day. Every time he comes in that huddle, he says, let's be great. And that's a great characteristic that, and it doesn't come when he says it, it's not corny. It doesn't come off that way. I mean, the guys believe in it, and he tries to do it every snap. So he handles himself the right way.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Good, Matt.
Coach, obviously a lot of moments in the game that stand out, and any one of them you could pick up. But one thing I wanted to wonder about was with Tyreek on that 64-yard touchdown. Was there any advice, anything that you told the players, that, hey, in such situation, go down at the one, or do you just want them to score in a spot like that?
We wanted him to score. We probably would like to have had it with less time on the clock, but he was battling on that. There wasn't going to be any necessarily slowing him down. Just to get there was a feat. And so, anyways, yeah.
Let's go next to Todd Palmer. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Andy, I couldn't help but think back to the Dallas game a couple of years ago when you guys had a pretty incredible touchdown right at the end of the half. I was wondering, how much time do you spend on those end of game situations and for moments like that? And did this one work out about as perfectly as possible for you?
Yeah, well, you've been at training camp, so you guys know we spend a lot of time on different situations. We continue that through the year, and so every week we're working on something like that. And you don't get to use it very often, but when you do, it's good to be prepared, and then good to have the guys that we have and the coaches that all work together to help get the right plays in, and talking to the players. And EB's got a tremendous amount of poise during that time when you got a lot of people coming at you with different things. And so he just kind of calms the storm and goes forward.
We'll go last to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Andy, continuing on that, on the game-winning touchdown, just how often has Travis ran that route, and what made that play sort of special, given that it was him and Tyreek lined up on the right side.
Yeah. So you're talking about the overtime play?
Yes, the overtime.
Yeah. So the overtime play was just a double move off of one of Kelce's favorite routes that he has, and then we call quite a little bit. Matter of fact, he had a big catch on it earlier in the game, and then it's just a double move off of that play, and he made a great catch. And that was a heck of a catch. So I mean, it was such a heck of a catch that the official kept me right there and said the game's not over for felt like 5 minutes. Everybody was celebrating. I'm going, good luck getting everybody back. So.
All right, Nate, does that cover you?
Yes.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Yep.
We got Tyreek Hill coming up next, guys.
Oh man.
Hello. How do I hear the questions?
Hey, Tyreek.
Okay, cool.
We'll start first with Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyreek, can you take us through your touchdown late in the fourth quarter? And when during that play did you know you were going to score?
Man, you know what? I always got faith, each and every time I step on the field that I'm going to score. Sometimes it may not happen, but, that time, it was two-man coverage, safety's very deep, the corner was inside leverage, and that's just Pat, knowing exactly when I'm going to break. Perfect timing, perfect execution, perfect play call, and the rest is history. I was able to use my speed, to get into the end zone. So I'm just very thankful, just to be, able to say that I'm a part of this team, a part of this organization, so yeah, man.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Tyreek Hill, congratulations on the win.
Yep.
Obviously, there are a lot of emotions, a lot of stuff happening in that last 2 minutes of the game. How would you describe what was happening on the sidelines to deal with that roller coaster of being up and all of a sudden you have to battle back and then being up again?
You know what, man? We got tremendous leaders on both sides of the ball, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, so nobody panicked, nobody really, was like, oh, the game is over, 13 seconds left, so I mean, we just went out, made plays, and like I said, the rest is history. Like we got a great, head coach, great offensive coordinator, and obviously a great quarterback, and we also got the playmakers to go along with it. So everything's great right now.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go, Pete.
Eric, I was wondering, what do you think tonight's performance means in the course of Patrick Mahomes' career and getting this thing done for you guys?
Oh, this is definitely another step for him, into the Hall of Fame. He had a chance to prove once again he's definitely at the top of the ham when it comes down to like quarterbacks in this league. And, we know it, but I feel like the rest of the league sometimes doubt him because of, the coach and, the players that he has around him. But if you watch the guy, like if you truly know Pat, like the amount of time, he spends watching film, understanding coverages and stuff like that, and also being able to just go out there and make a play out of nothing is crazy. So he's definitely, I feel like he top two and he not two. Like I just feel like that.
Herbie, I think I might have cut you off there. Go ahead, Herbs.
Yeah, no problem. Tyreek, Andy Reid was telling us that in the last 13 seconds, he said to Patrick, when it's grim, go be the Grim Reaper. In your opinion, was Mahomes the Grim Reaper in those 13 seconds there?
Oh, definitely. Like, he definitely doesn't flinch, especially in moments like that, because I feel like we practice those situations. Eric Bieniemy, like he harps each and every Friday, on those situations about, middle rebound passes or just quick passes and calling timeout and stuff like that. Although, on Friday, hearing him say those words, like you never know those situations are going to come up and those meetings are boring, so you just gotta hone in, like all of us do, and just want to, take it in and be great. And that's what we did. 13 seconds, He threw the ball for me for 20 yards, I believe. Then he came right back to Kelsey real quick, and I'm catching the cramp right now as we speak. Oh my God. Oh, guys. Ooh, hold on. Go ahead, Brett.
We got two more. We'll take the first one from Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam. Some water.
Tyreek, Andy said that when Patrick gets in the huddle, he says every time, "Let's be great." I'm wondering if the mood, even with 13 seconds left, drastic situation, if it changed at all, if you still heard those words from him going in, and just I guess the level of ease or non-nerves that you felt in that moment.
Like I said, nobody never flinched a moment, but Coach Reed, like he said, he's always telling Pat to be great because he is great, just trying to, add more confidence into him, and even into us also, because sometimes 13 seconds, you looking at the clock, you like, but deep down inside, we like, hey, we can do this because we got the playmakers to do it and we got the coaches to do it, and everything just worked out tonight perfectly, exactly how it was supposed to work out.
We'll last to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Tyreek, a couple of quick questions for you. The first, on the touchdown with a minute left to go, any thought to you of, should maybe go down at the 1 yard line, or was it you guys in the position right there, you just wanted to get in the end zone?
Look, man, I'm a dog. Look, when the game on the line, come to 10, baby, feed Booby. Hey, look, that's what they said on Friday Night Lights, feed Booby, man. EB, nobody said church mode. Coach Reed ain't say church mode. EB ain't say church mode. Patrick Mahomes ain't say church mode. So I'm gonna get a touchdown. Why not? And plus, I had like a crazy touchdown celebration plan, but Pat he stopped it. So crazy.
And secondly, on the punt return, when you get a second chance at it, and you got a little bit of that the Arrowhead crowd giving the Tyreek chant,
yeah,
that get your juices going there.
Yeah, man, it definitely got my juices going, man. But I'm a little washed up, man. I gotta say it, man, because rookie year me, I probably would have cribbed that. But 6 years in, now, man, I'm tired. I'm stumbling out there, man. I gotta do better, man. Come on, 10.
Tyreek, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us. All right, guys, we got Patrick Mahomes stepping up to the podium next. Hey, Patrick, you got us? Patrick?
What, Brad? What?
All right, we're going to go first to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick, I know when the game's going on, you're just trying to do what you can to win, and now you're happy that you guys have won and you're moving on. But just curious if you have a sense in this moment what an epic game this was, that people are probably going to be talking about this one for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually funny. A couple weeks ago, maybe last week, I was talking to Mike Rimmers because he was in the Minnesota Miracle, and the final play, scoring the touchdown, winning the game at home. And he was talking about how awesome the environment was. And I was talking about how we had to play with Travis and the Chargers where he scored, but we weren't at Arrowhead. And so to be in this moment, this game against that team, and to make a play to walk off a game at Arrowhead, I'll remember this for the rest of my life.
So next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Patrick, I was wondering if you could take us through the 13-second mark and your thought process on making sure the team stayed focused and how you were able to get down the field.
I mean, it wasn't hard to keep them focused. We believe. I think that's the biggest thing on this team is we believe no matter what, offense, defense, especially, and that we can do the job in order to win the football game. The first play we hit hit Tyreek, and he got up as much as he can, got down. And then at the play to Travis, I mean, it was kind of a thing where he wasn't necessarily supposed to do that. But after the timeout, we got to look at what the defense was doing. And he actually said it to me. He's like, "Hey, if they do it again, I'm gonna take it right down the middle between both the guys guarding me." And he went up the field, gave him the ball, and he got in field goal range.
The next is Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, a couple things. With 13 seconds left, what's said either to you or from you to somebody else in those moments?
I think it's just we're gonna go get in field goal range. I mean, that's all we could do at that moment was try to find a way to get in field goal range, and we have that belief. We have the belief that we're going to do it. If you take it back to the year we lost the AFC Championship game, we got in field goal range in like 18 seconds or something like that. You have to have that belief. If you're not going to go down fighting, then you don't deserve to be here. And we knew that if we could just give ourselves a chance to get in Butker's field goal range, he was going to knock it in, and he did.
Next, Todd Palmer. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Patrick. Andy said that when you went on the field, he said when it looks grim, be the Grim Reaper. I just wanted to get your thoughts on Andy's advice there and what you think of that as a possible nickname.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. He shoots us confidence. I mean, everybody on this team, he keeps bringing you confidence week in, week out, every single day. And that's what he said to me. And I mean, he talked to everybody. He said, "Hey, we're going to go do this. We're going to get in field goal range. We're going to get points." And I mean, he truly believes it. And when your coach believes in you that much, it gives you the belief to go out there and do it and execute it. And that's what we did today.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Patrick, I have two questions for you. Similar to the LA finish, I just wanted to ask you, what did you say to Travis when you gave him a hug to end the game?
Same thing, man. I just love you, man. I mean, he made plays. Everybody did, but guys like Tyreek and Trav made plays when it counted, and they get so much attention every single week. And then they just continue to battle, and they battle and they battle. And I mean, they make plays when it counts, and they did today. I mean, the play to Tyreek and then the play to Trav. Those are the two players on earth that can make those plays.
And you didn't even say that. Just what does it say about you guys sort of adjusting to the Bills' defense, and just what was that process like, particularly in the second half, given you guys got more chunk gains in the second half than in the first?
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar thing. They started off with a lot of zone coverages, playing a lot of zone shells over the top. We took what was there. We ran the football. I ran whenever I had the opportunity to. And once they saw we were willing to do that, they had to come play more man coverages. And once they started playing man coverages, guys like Tyreek and Travis and McCole made plays happen. So, I mean, just taking what's there, and whenever we need to be aggressive, we can always be aggressive.
Let's go next to Matt and Derek. Go.
Hey, Patrick, like Nate kind of alluded to, you've had stretches before with just an incredible play, but by my count, 188 yards passing after the 2-minute warning and going into overtime. Where's this rank as far as kind of one of those stretches that you've had in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely special to win a game like this at Arrowhead. I mean, obviously, Super Bowl was probably the number one for me, but I mean, this one's right up there to be able to come back a couple of times, get points when we needed to get points, score touchdowns, get in field goal range, let Butker kick field goals. I'll remember it forever. And I'm kind of energy's still going. I'm still kind of amped up, but we got a big one this next week too. So I'll be ready to go next week as well. Just got to get back in that film room.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, every playoff game obviously means something big, but this is a team you lost to in the regular season that you had statistically one of your worst performances. Is there extra meaning going out and having a game like that against a defense that shut you down last time?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to lose to the same team twice. That'll give you a long off season to think about. But that's a really good football team that we're going to play. I mean, we played in the AFC Championship last year and played them now in the divisional. We're going to play this team a lot. But to be able to go out there and execute and win a game against a great football team that has a great quarterback and a great defense is definitely it takes everybody, and I think that's what it did today.
Take two more. We'll go Darren and Jory. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Patrick, obviously you have yet to play a playoff game on the road and you'd be at home. What message would you have for Chiefs fans next week to play the same type of role that they played in tonight's game to help you all get over the hump to get back to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I would just say that we love the support that they show us. I mean, we have such a home field advantage because of them. And them bringing that energy week in, week out, especially in the playoffs, continue to be out here, be the best fan base in the entire country. And Arrowhead is going to be rocking.
The last to Jory Epstein. Go ahead, Jory.
Patrick, a few years ago here, Brady had that first chance in overtime. You never got the ball, lose in overtime in the AFC Championship. What does it mean to be in a similar situation, make sure the other team doesn't get the ball? And does it make you think about that rule at all?
Yeah, I mean, it worked out well for us this time, but it's sometimes whenever you got two teams going back and forth like you're going, it kind of stinks that you don't get to see the other guy go. But I'll take the win this time. Obviously, it hurt me last time. And all you can do is play the rules the way that the rules are explained, and that's what we did today.
Patrick, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Travis Kelsey's coming up next. Hey, Trav, you good?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll kick it off first with Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Travis, you've mentioned before how great Patrick and Tyreek are and how much they're influencing your career. Can you just explain what each of them do that is exceptional compared to most and how much that it helps you in moments like this?
I can't even put it into words, man. How much work we put in together and how much fun we have doing that. And then to go out there and put our entire goals, dreams, aspirations out there and just bleed for every single person on this team and every single person in that stadium wearing red, man. That was a fun experience. I remember the catch and then seeing Tyreek standing over me calling game and then seeing Pat running over me I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Travis, I know when the game's going on, you're doing what you can to win, and now you're happy that you won and you're moving on. But do you have a sense of what an epic game this was, that people are going to be talking about this game for a long, long time?
Yeah, I mean, the Buffalo Bills are one of the best football teams in the National Football League, and it's just that they proved it tonight. And it was, a situation where it's kind of was, whoever had the ball last was going to win that game. Both offenses were hitting up and down the field just about all night, and I was just glad that our guys persevered for that win and battled our tails off for it.
Next to Matt Derrick. Good, Matt.
Hey, Travis. Coach Reed said that it felt like about 5 minutes before the officials told him that your touchdown was good and that they confirmed it with the replay booth. Did you have any sense that they were reviewing the play, or did you have any doubt that you had that?
I knew right away that it was a touchdown. I got full control of it. Got both feet in the ground. I knew it was a touchdown right away.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go, Pete.
Hey, Travis, Patrick was talking about the 25-yard reception to put you guys in field goal range. He said that you saw something to exploit with the Bills defense. Can you just go into more maybe what you saw and what you were thinking through that play to get you guys in field goal range?
It's a pretty common defense in a situation like that. The defense will try and take away the sideline throws and to give you more of the seams and in the middle of the field open. That and they're softened off so you can get a head start. And I just told them right before they called a timeout, right before we went out there and ran that play. And I told them I'm probably not going to run the route that it's called. I'm just going to run to the open area. And probably midway through his cadence, he was screaming at me at the line of scrimmage, "Do it. Like, do it." And I was just like, all right, here we go, boys. And it was just a little backyard football with a couple of seconds left that gave us an opportunity to win the game.
We got time for one more.
Or take the game into overtime, excuse me.
We got time for one more quick one. We'll go to Todd Lebo last. Go Todd.
Hey, Travis, when you're in that play at that time, what's your mental clock like on how far you can go? Because you have to get down and give yourself up to get the timeout call. Were you peeking the scoreboard clock? What was your mental clock doing there?
Well, I mean, we rep these kind of plays all the time. So I mean, you have, because of how much practice and how many reps we have with these late game situations that Coach Reed loves to go over throughout the year, throughout training camp. You start to develop an understanding of the time and how much time it takes for an entire play to develop and how much time you have. That, and I mean, when you're a little kid, you're running around acting like you're Michael Jordan or something with 3 seconds left on the clock. Like, you naturally start to count in your head, and you start to understand how many seconds you really got. So from there, it was just going out and making sure I made the catch, got down and called timeout.
Travis, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us. All right, guys, we got Frank Clark coming up next.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you right back. With you.
All right, Frank, you ready for us?
Brad, of course.
Okay, great. We'll go first to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Frank, in this game, you guys lost Tyrann Mathieu really early. I just was wondering how that might have impacted the team and how you felt you guys did without him.
Anytime you lose a player of Tyrann's, caliber, your team's going to be affected. He leads us in so many different ways, on and off the field, just through him, his presence alone. He don't even have to say a word, his presence alone. You've seen at times during the game where we kind of struggled, whether it was pass rushing, getting the stops when we needed them. Also where you see, we gave up a few passes in the back end. Those are things where, Tyrann's there. He's able to help with the adjustments, help calm situations down and stuff like that, where it may seem like, things are kind of getting overhyped and stuff like that. So, anytime you lose a player like that, it's going to affect you. We missed him out there. It feels great that we was able to get the job done. Without him, I'm sure he's happy that, next week he's going to be able to, come back and show off and, do all the things that Tyrann does.
Let's go next to Lila. Go ahead, Lila.
Frank, Nick Bolton had, 2 really big plays in the second and third quarter to force a 4th down. How big was his play for you guys, and kind of how unique is that for, a rookie to perform like that in the playoffs?
Very good. Nick's been playing great football all season. Coming in as a rookie, led the team in tackles. Just, very excited. It's still great just to be able to watch, a young player, come into himself, wearing playoffs, tougher football now. Where one mistake can change the game. And Nick's just been continuing to show why he deserves to be a professional here with the Kansas City Chiefs, and why he, certainly should be considered, one of the best rookies in the NFL.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go, Matt.
Hey, Frank, congratulations on the win. What's going through your mind there? You're on the sidelines, 13 seconds left. You're watching your offense go out there in overtime. What's going through your mind as you're watching that and watching what Mahomes is doing out there?
I mean, trust. The one thing you got to have in this sport, or, not even really the sport, but when you have a team in a team setting, you got to have trust in your teammates. Anybody can go out there in an individual sport. They have to rely on themselves. You got to rely on yourself to execute well, got to rely on yourself to get the job done. But in this sport, unfortunately, you got to rely on 10 other guys when one of those guys out there on the field. And for Pat, he got 10 people around him who's going to help him win the football game. And then on defense, myself, I got another 10 around me who's going to help me, execute my responsibility to the best that I can. And, when everyone executes as one, as a unit, that's the best part of being a team. And, success comes out of it, no matter how it's earned.
Take 2 more. We'll go Todd Lebo and then Todd Palmer. Go ahead, Todd.
Frank, when you guys were out there in the good time for overtime, and you guys win the toss. How gassed were you guys defensively? Were you ready to go out there and try to stop them? How relieved were you that you guys got the ball to go with, because it looked like the Bills defense was gassed as well?
Yeah, I mean, being tired is part of the sport, but here at the Kansas City Chiefs, man, we do 18 play long drive drills in practice. So, you get into those situations in the game and, things get kind of tired and weary out there. But, you think back to those practices in camp where you're on the field for 18 straight plays and, it's not that bad.
We'll last to Todd Palmer. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Frank, you guys are hosting the AFC Championship game for the 4th straight year. No team has ever done that in NFL history. So what does that say about this coaching staff, these players, this organization that you guys have found yourself in this spot again?
It's hats off, starting up top, to everyone up top who put the team, together, because, that's hard, when you bring in all these different personalities from different places and, you got to add pieces and make changes throughout the middle of the season. Those things are hard. We come to work, we go on the field, we practice, we play meetings and stuff like that. We don't really see what's going on behind the scenes, you know what I mean? But when you have to come in and your job is to come in and, figure out a roster, put together this roster, all these random guys, from different backgrounds and different places, different schools, basically so that we can compete in the end for one goal, and that's to win the Super Bowl. And, like I was saying, it's just hats off to the guys upstairs who, continue to do a great job putting the team together and continue just, adding the little pieces as we go along the way too, just to, make sure we stay on it. And, like I said, it's a great thing, just to have people up there doing that for us.
Frank, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, man.
All right, guys, hang with us for a second. We're going to have Team President Mark Donovan step to the podium in a second here. Mark, we are ready whenever you are.
All right, thanks for letting me take a few minutes here. We put out a press release tonight, so figured we'd take the opportunity to just hit some of the points from the press release. As we all know, everything fell into place for us tonight, all weekend long, really. So now we get to host the championship game. Tickets will go on sale tomorrow morning. The public on sale will be at 11 a.m. The season ticket members will be at 10 a.m. and then our Jackson County taxpayer benefit, that'll go at 8 a.m. The tickets are all mobile. There's a limit of 6. We know they'll go fast. You probably have already talked about this, but first team ever to host 4 championship games. Also the first team ever in the history of the league, because of the new structure, to host 3 straight home playoff games. Just wanted to take a second and talk about our fans. They're incredible. And we know this long run, year after year after year, having all these playoff games, they'd want nothing more. But we also know it's a burden, and we appreciate them. And as the players and coaches have said, they're a huge difference maker. They were a huge difference maker tonight, and we look forward to welcoming you all back here as loud as ever next Sunday. We're looking forward to the challenge, and we're excited to get back on that stage again.
Got a couple hands up. We'll go first to Todd Palmer. Go ahead, Todd.
Mark, I just wanted to get your perspective. I mean, the Chiefs had never even hosted an AFC Championship game. Here you guys are set to host for the 4th straight time. I mean, how unbelievable was that? Was that 8-9 years ago to think that it would be in place? And what does it say about Andy and the coaches and the players and everything that's been assembled?
Yeah, I mean, it's the entire organization, right? You can go through the whole list to have a chance to get a coach like Andy Reid, to have Brett Veach and his team put together the talent that's on our roster. It all goes back to, I think it was 2008 or 2009. Clark made the statement that we're going to strive to create an organization that consistently competes for championships. And here we are hosting our 4th straight championship. Never been done before. It's special times to be a Chiefs fan. It's special times to be part of this organization. And I know Andy says it, Brett would say it, I will say it. We're grateful. We're grateful for the opportunity that we're given. We're also really grateful for the fans and the support they give us every week. They're a huge part of our success.
Let's go next to Steve Walls. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Great.
Hey, a lot of ups and downs in tonight's game. Just want to know, first of all, where does this rank for you as far as watching a playoff game of this magnitude? And also, when the last 13 seconds were on the clock and the Chiefs got the ball, what was going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, look, it ranks at the top. Rivals the Super Bowl for me just because that's the ultimate, right? But that 13 seconds, I'd go back to the commitment and I would say the difference with our fans. Team comes into our house. Josh Allen does an amazing streak of plays. They score to go up, score a touchdown to go up with 13 seconds left. I would bet that in most stadiums, there are people heading for the doors. Nobody left. They knew we had a chance. And our players and our coaches rewarded them for that. And then they rewarded us. I mean, I can't say it enough. They were a huge part of tonight.
We'll go last to Darren Smith. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Mark, congratulations on the win tonight. It's easy to say that the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes and you don't. With the home field advantage, there's been reports, and I know you all probably wouldn't do something like this, but there's reports that the Los Angeles Rams are looking to, sell tickets in the LA zip code to keep, an X amount of San Francisco fans coming and taking over the stadium. Would you all think of doing anything like that, or you just, whatever happens, happens?
Our fans are going to buy the tickets. One of the reasons we limit it to 6 is to avoid some of that. The reality in the secondary ticket market, as we've talked about before, is people are selling tickets as they see fit. We go back to deliver the most value to our season ticket members. And the majority of the people in that building, the majority of the tickets sold go to season ticket members. So they're going to be out there the way they have. We have not considered that. We are not considering that for this week. We didn't consider it for last week. Every week it's a new challenge. This week it was sweet potatoes and other things. I'm sure next week it'll be a new one. But our team will be ready. And I would just make one last statement on that. As great as it is to have these games, really, really proud of our team. Every single week, the Arrowhead experience is the legend grows. And tonight's just another one of those examples. And I would just think back to every single person who works in this organization and every single effort they made to make sure every single person had the best possible experience they could have. Obviously, Patrick and Travis helped us sort of put the icing on the cake at the very end, but it's all part of this team. It's part of this family.
Mark, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time.
All right, guys, that's all we've got for today. We will have Coach Reed at noon tomorrow, and we'll talk to you all on Zoom then. Thank you.